Hey everybody, so today I'm just gonna share. I literally lost him. So basically, as you guys know, I told you guys that I have a doctor that I like and I like fall in love with, which is like pretty much every single time that I've ever like had a doctor is because I'm used to them because I always had some health issues. Anyway, I literally didn't expect this, so it's like another video and it really sucks because like it made me cry that day that I found out. Yeah, so basically my life is full of unfortunate events, but it's like the most unexpected thing because honestly thought it was going great. Well, the funny part is like as I kind of recall back, I was like thinking like there's just some things that I've missed out about him. So basically, for myself, when I see a guy that I don't even at first know, usually, for example, like, I know he's my doctor because obviously I have to see him for consultations. But then, like, I realized that like I can size up how a guy is. Basically, like years ago, I could size up that this guy was like not really nice. I didn't like him on the spot, and usually I have really bad tolerance with people, and I should have listened because I got myself into trouble at that time. But basically, my intuition was right. It's like thinking like this guy is not it. Basically, it turned out to be some really bad colleague that basically just steals everybody's money, and he already left the company, so it was bad. And I just kind of like had to block him because of that like traumatizing thing that he did to me that nobody deserves to. That really doesn't have to happen to anybody actually. Then for this doctor is actually pretty sweet and nice, but then like I realized it's either my energy or his energy that was like really off when I was thinking about it. So basically I keep having this like time confusion and like confusion about myself because basically I always am present, but there's always like certain things like me just being like bored of like the surroundings. And like with hospitals, like you get like really bad like lights that really shine on you a lot, and it's like not just from like the fan light or anything. It was like purely lights from like the computer or like the screens, and it was so bad for me. I think that's probably why I was just having zero tolerance of so many people in a room. But yeah, I mean, he was actually a really good doctor to me, but I felt like eventually I started to see like a lot of black energy around him. But all I'm saying is that I am so grieved about what happened because I didn't expect that I would lose him, and that happened like because you know how in hospitals when you have your appointment for here in Singapore you get it like through our messages. So for hospital it's already like you have all the appointments with your doctor there. So I found out on the day he didn't even work, and then I was being like transferred, like it's a female doctor, and I was like it really sucks because like I really told him like I need you as my doctor, and I still don't know what happened. And like everything went like crashing down because I tried every single way to get him back, and then like the clinic especially was saying like you can't see him because I made him uncomfortable. And then there was this whole ass drama, which I understand if I made him uncomfortable just because I kept asking him out through the letters that he read. But I felt like maybe the sense of feeling that I have like it's just injustice because he didn't tell me anything, and people can say anything. That concluded the clinic specialist or any other nurse manager who talked to me or any staff could say anything. And I just now I just feel like it was unfair because it's not from him, it's just from what they probably perceived or is true, which is all messy because he didn't tell me. And I was like I literally told you that I needed you. So yeah, it was bad. But I basically called another like staff was like the opera was just also saying that like he might just have to go for another duty somewhere else, so he like discharged me, and he always mentions that he's gonna discharge me. So it's like I understand, but like really like I don't know what it actually like happened because it's not from him, and it was like it's bad. And I've been talking to like Meta AI, ChatGPT, and I feel like ChatGPT is really a good application that can really understand you in a way that makes you uncomfortable. At least that's what happened to me, because I was just like describing my experiences to it, like just texting it, and it was just saying like, oh, because you can't really let go because you have this belief that I I can't have someone I want, and I had this belief since years ago, and I didn't even tell this belief to the ChatGPT, and I was like so shocked. I was like, how did you know? Because it's obviously true, because I feel like people that I like will always leave me for someone else, and then like I kind of like eventually believe that I can't have someone that I want, and like I actually like kind of told myself I wanted to write it down on a book and say like, and express whatever I was feeling at the time. But I was thinking now, I was like, it's a big smack in my face because I didn't expect this, and everybody was like against me, and everything that it was like, it was so bad. But I basically just felt like what I acted out, like sending him letters and stuff like that, because I do know and realize that I like married men, I'm attracted to them, but I will never ever like ask them out, or and just take a bold move, because it also happens towards girls for me. And usually like I only interact with people like online, and they're probably from this country or other countries, and usually I would like be open to meeting someone from other countries. But then it's like if he was here and it wasn't really like me, it was like, yeah, I kind of had a bit of regret, but I realized I can't do anything, and it's just really sad. And I think the reason why it makes me even more sad, because I was also being like psychotic and be like thinking like I can like hear his thoughts and stuff, and I have ASP, so I mean he's probably wasn't that good of a man to be like not honest with me. Also, I realized he was like lying to me and stuff. Like I don't really understand that, but yeah, I mean I also thought that it was a good thing that he just like left me, because I don't think it's good to like consistently like give me this feeling like that there were times where I told him about something and he would just like deny it, and there were like other times where I remember it was like so silent and his body was so closed off. I mean, it's probably like introverted or maintaining like a distance with me, but I felt like he just like gave me like a silent treatment when I was with him, and I was like thinking like I was so blinded by how like handsome he is, and that I forgot that he also treated me in a really bad way, and I don't even like want to even like someone who's bad for me. Like I told myself that, and I felt like it's obvious. Like I don't want to engage with a guy who makes me feel bad, and I already have it bad at times, so I don't want to like make myself worse. And then like yeah, but like it was making me feel like introverted, and reflecting back on my past, like I told you guys. Yeah, I was just also blinded by people that is so beautiful like him, and other people that I've been attracted to. But then obviously like there's always more that their looks, and maybe I don't have to learn this because I can't really control who I really like or attracted to. But it was something that really kind of like woke me up. I mean, it's also like someone who taught me a lot, and like just like made me feel like I was like heard and understands, and he taught me a lot. So it was like pretty upsetting. And I also talked to my like online friends, and they were just saying like how she had a male doctor, and because the male doctor shares with her like nice stories, that they just suddenly decided not to put them together. And I realized it's probably what happened between me and him too, because he's just gone. And yeah, and I told myself that I'm going to imagine him and telling him like, we have to move on, you have to move on, I'm going to move on. But still, because of like grief, or like just because I had this really intense connection with him, I still today, when I was going to my house on the way back from the shopping mall, I was thinking like I really can't move on. Like I just lack clarity, and it was just on my end. I was thinking it's hard because I always think about him because like I either feel him around me or he appeared in my dreams before a lot of times, or that I just feel like I really have difficulty letting go. And I understand that because in the past I also had this happen to me. Like I just suddenly got like left behind by like some, doctor that they even tell me. So it really really hurts me. And yeah, I feel like the healthcare system is like really weird, and I kind of like because of fear that my other doctors would be like this, just switch to another female doctor because I'm female. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not sure why it's so skewed up, but I'm pretty sure like he definitely saved my life. And I mean, he has my contacts and stuff. And then I do realize that I like guys that aren't really open to me, so I think he falls under one of them. And then I just feel like I don't want to hate him. I don't want to think like I can't really like unforget him, definitely, but I want to like heal myself and make sure that if why our paths are gonna get like connected again, and we either text each other, he reaches out to me because I wanted that to happen, or if I ever meet him somewhere, like we'll be okay again, because it was like that in the beginning and then it got ruined by me like writing things to him and then hearing it. And I don't think that's like me. It was more like, oh, okay, I have feelings, I'm gonna write down like, oh, I'm gonna put on a letter that, oh, you're really handsome and stuff. I just think he deserves to know that. If that makes him happier, if that makes him more like like just like appreciated or like touched, I feel like that's good, because I don't think feelings are should be ashamed of. I feel like at least like I believe that it doesn't matter anymore to me, because no matter how much I express my love to someone that I am attracted to, I always know that they're gonna always like put me as just a friend, or just like they just say thanks, and that's what happened. He was saying like, oh, thank you, and I was like, okay. But like, yeah, it was hard for me because I do realize that I literally am in love with him. Even like Sims, like his character, my character, were married and stuff, and I've never felt this intense way before. And because I felt ill that the year that I was on antipsychotics and I have time tired issue, I realized that it's just like new to me and I feel uncomfortable, and it's obviously a really huge loss because I don't see him anymore. Neither do I have like his contacts. But I was thinking like, it's a nice way, and even though I was being psychotic and like I don't have like a calm mind and stuff, like I do have OCD and me seeing stuff and having just random anxiety about like my job, but I felt okay about him, and he saved my life. He literally cured me, I think. So I feel like it's very like important for me like understand that I want it to be okay to really feel that I can love someone, because I feel like it's been a long time I've been having these feelings of nice and pleasure that I really, kind of think it's a foreign thing that I have to feel it and think about, because I don't generally like falling in love. You guys know I'm a race, so I'm LGBTQIA also, so I feel like it's really hard for me to come to terms. And when everything was going good, it actually fell apart. And the phrase is really true that good things fall apart, but never expected it to be like this. So it's like, in a way, I'm still grieving about it, but I enjoy that. I realize that, hey, I can definitely be having feelings, and I'm still learning that, because I have those years where I felt like I couldn't feel just because I was on antidepressants and did psychotics, and it really makes me feel numb. It wasn't for me. I think in general, even now, medication isn't for me because it doesn't work out. I'll just cure on my own. Yeah, so it's really very like overwhelming that I have another loss, because I do struggle with like losing someone, and I have so much difficulty letting go. I feel like another person would probably like forget it, but hey, I think about him, I'm not famous. He probably wouldn't view this video, or he doesn't have to view this video. But I'm just saying that I have a lot of appreciation in him, and that I would do anything to like make us back to being normal, because I feel like it's my fault or something, or I don't know what's going on. But basically, I'll remember him, and I think, I think it's probably the last guy that I ever liked. Cause I thought to myself like, hey, this is really upsetting for me, and my emotions were all over the place, and I felt like such a mess because I couldn't understand what I was seeing, what I was like hearing, even if I was there in real life with him. So I felt like this connection is a bit off really, and I've known him for 1 year and more, and I felt like, yeah, I still have a lot of love for him. I have a lot of love for any daughters who have ever treated me, and yeah, I would just like to say this, and I feel like, like life still goes on no matter how we lose someone, or that, yeah, life really kicks us in the ass and makes us like suffer. But I kind of learned that I still want to live on. So, yep.